point about this break between the US and China and said, you know, both sides are going to say, whose team are you on? And he said, our job is to make sure the question never arises. But the question has arisen. And so I think we have to go deeper. And it's not about the US versus China. It's about what underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71. And so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private. But what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well.
At one point about... Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. I thought that was a great clip to begin with. Pippa Malmgren at the World Government Summit. Her father was an advisor to Nixon. She was an advisor to George W. Bush. They are cut from a very elite cloth. And here she is telling you some very key points of information. The financial system underpins everything in the world order. Regardless of your opinions on the economy, we all can agree it is pretty chaotic right now. We are on the brink of a big change. We're going to abandon the traditional system of money. And this isn't like a crypto YouTuber, I know I am one, saying that. But this is Pippa Malmgren saying this, an advisor to the president. We're abandoning the old system. In the new system, the new accounting is blockchain. And keep in mind, Ripple's main product that doesn't even involve XRP, Xcurrent, is all about messaging, ISO 222 messaging. And the new accounting system is blockchain, a new system of money. Thanks for joining me. Welcome back to the channel. As always, guys, we give away $10 on the channel and XRP every single day. To enter the giveaway, like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. If you guys need an exchange to buy Uphold, buy XRP or any other digital assets, I recommend Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure, and it's my go-to exchange for digital assets. A link to Uphold in the video description below. So a little bit alarming here, guys. A 5% yield on 6-month treasury bills, meaning you can get 5% yield on your money for zero risk in 6 months. Pretty crazy, but you kind of can see that it looks like we're hitting an area of resistance on this chart. I don't know if that means anything in this crazy economy, but something worth looking into. 5% yield on a 6-month treasury bill. Pretty crazy stuff to see. And guys, I have a Twitter community. It's a really cool feature on Twitter. But before I get to that, let me talk about this. This is better. Biden just announced top economic advisor, Lael Brainerd from the Federal Reserve. And I have a clip of her talking about digital assets in the future, specifically partnerships. So it's perfect. This news came out today, and now I have this clip.
A global stablecoin.
You mentioned the speed of cross-border payments and the opaqueness of that process, and I guess it's also error-prone to some extent with SWIFT. Santander seems to be trying to approach it with a partnership with Ripple. Just curious what your thoughts are on that.
So I do think that of the use cases out there, cross-border is one of the most compelling. We know that intermediation chains cross-border are long and quite opaque, and they're slow, and they can be quite costly. So my sense is that technology with appropriate safeguards could make a material impact and likely will, and it may well be through a partnership model. I don't want to pronounce on any particular approach, but there are a variety of partnerships out there that are trying to innovate and to reduce frictions and increase transparency for those cross-border transactions. In my sense, I'm fairly optimistic that there are some good solutions.
She's fairly optimistic that there's some good solutions. I think we are as well. Specifically for blockchain adoption, where is a major area of need? Cross-border payments. And she sees the future being successful in terms of partnerships with some of these private companies. So yeah, I have this Twitter community. Anyone can join it. Links in the video description below. And I'm going to start incorporating you guys in my videos. I have a lot of smart subscribers, a lot of smart followers. So guys, join the Twitter community and include your thoughts. Comment, tweet in this Twitter community. It's cool because the tweets only go to the Twitter community. They don't go to the rest of Twitter. So one of you guys put Treviso67, the SEC is making it harder for hedge funds to work with crypto firms. Gary Gensler doing some more regulation by enforcement. And today on the U.S. Congress Hill, we had policymakers talking about Gary Gensler and demanding he come in. Take a listen.
Unfortunately, our regulators have muddied the waters. We have been told everything from we need legislation to more recently that regulators have the tools they need to supervise this industry. That is quite a flip-flop. Once again, it is really important that we have Chair Gensler here before September. It is far too far in the future for us to wait that long before we hear from Chairman Gensler. The regulators have permitted activity in this space without providing clear rules of the road, which has unfortunately led to the multiple failures that brings us here today. Let's be clear. Had the SEC provided anything besides hostility to the crypto industry, we may have been able to save investors from losing billions of dollars on FTX, Celsius, BlockFi, and the list goes on.
Celsius, FTX, BlockFi, calling out all of the incompetencies in big pitfalls that Gary Gensler just missed while he was going after Kim Kardashian and all other small pebbles. They're demanding that he come in and answer for this regulation by enforcement. And then we have another congressman also calling out Gensler.
Reserves and other things that Congress can act on. I don't find a lot of comfort in knowing that Mr. Gensler thinks he has full authority to implement a regulatory regimen, because I think he's been going a little bit too fast and a little bit too expansive on rulemaking, which is why
I think Gary Gensler has been going a little bit too fast and a little bit too expansive on rulemaking. The SEC cannot make laws. That is up to these guys. And the SEC basically is making laws because they're prohibiting certain behavior right now in the markets. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when Gary Gensler gets up in there. Guys, not much is free, let alone money, but you can get $40 guaranteed for free if you sign up with Webull. Deposit a penny, you can get up to $3,000 in free stocks. Now, typically, you'll just get $40 to $300, but it's a great offer just for signing up, depositing a penny, and get a guaranteed minimum value and $40 of free stocks. Sell your stocks, close your account, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this great offer. It does end soon. Link is in the video description below. And guys, take a listen to this clip. This is the CEO of USDC Circle, a very powerful person, talking about when he and CEO of Fannie Mae went out to San Francisco in 2016 to meet with a very particular fintech company. I wonder who they could be talking about.
And giving me this platform today. You know, when people ask me how did I first become interested in things like the future of money, in fintech generally, in stable coins and payments and crypto in specific, for me, it all comes back to a period of time when I worked at Fannie Mae, which is a giant and really, really important company that moves very slowly. Very important, moves very slowly. And there was a famous story where the CEO of Fannie Mae and I went out to San Francisco for our very first fintech meeting. This was like in early 2016, I want to say. Maybe it was late 15, but it was in that time frame. And so we went out there to meet this particular fintech company, and it was supposed to be a day trip. But while we were flying out there, the storm of the century came in.
The CEO of Fannie Mae, and this is Brian Brooks, the U.S. controller of the currency, also was the head of Binance US, one of those interesting characters who's worked as a policymaker in the private sector for banking, and then also in blockchain technology. Really interesting stuff. If you guys are still watching the video, comment blockchain in the comment section below. That means you made it to the end of the video, and that really supports the channel. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you. Until next time.